My dear students, today let's discuss about one important law, the law of variable proportions. And all of you know that we are in third chapter, that is production and cost. In third chapter, we come across two important laws. The law of variable proportions and the law of returns to scale. The law of variable proportions is a short-run production analysis. It's a law which is concerned with short-run. And the law of returns to scale, there are three laws that are referred in case of long run. So we should know what is short run and what is long run. And the production function tells you the relationship between the inputs and the outputs. In the short run, some factors are kept constant and some factors are variables. Whereas in the long run, all the factors are variables. Please understand the difference between long run and short run. In the short period, all of a sudden, all cannot be used. Some have to be kept constant and some have to be changed. And these factors are called variable factors. And some factors which are kept constant, they are called fixed variable. So in short run, we see fixed factors and variable factors. Whereas in the long run, all the factors, say capital and labor, are variables. There's no question of fixed factor or ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯಾಗುವಂತಹ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಂತಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಂತಾಗಲಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೀರ್ಘಾವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ಒಂದೇ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಪಾವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟವಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. ಅವುಗಳ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಉತ್ಪಾದನಾ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಎರಡು ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಒಂದು, ದಿ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ concerned with the short run period, and it is a short run production analysis. To analyze the short run production, we take up this law, the law of variable proportions. Whereas the long run production analysis is studied with a law called the laws of returns to scale, where all the factors are variables. No question of fixed factor or variable factor as such. Whereas in short run period, some are fixed, some are variables. And here you see what we see. Keeping the other factors constant, changing one factor, that is called variable factor. When one factor is changed, the output changes in different proportions. When one factor is changed, the output changes in different proportions. And here is one definition, law of variable proportion. The law of variable proportion explains the relationship between proportion or of fixed input and variable input. So it's a proportion of fixed input, that is factor, and variable input on the one hand and output on the other hand. So here we see one fixed output, say capital, and then plus labor, that is the variable capital. This law shows the relationship between the inputs where we see one factor is kept constant, another factor is variable, and it results in different proportions of output. A change in one factor results in different proportions of output, and this is called the law of variable proportions. And this can be very well understood with the help of this table. This table is very, very important, where you can get the information as how to get marginal product, average product, or total product. And the concepts of total product, marginal product, average product have been explained in the previous video. Total product is nothing but the total quantity of production that is produced in a given year, or else just the summation of marginal product. If you add all the marginal product, you will get total product, that you know. Coming to marginal product is the extra product that is produced by using an extra unit of a variable factor. That is the marginal product. And you know the formula of marginal product. That is MP is equal to TPL minus TPL minus 1. Average product, just divide the total product by the units of factor that are used. So you know these things. Here I have written this table. See, total product, say that factors in the column are mentioned in the column number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as the variable factor is employed in the production of a good, the total product goes on increasing in the beginning at an increasing rate. Whereas, see, after reaching 57, then there it's the zenith point. And then, see, here you see 10, 20, the difference is, what is that? 14. And 24, 40, that is 60. So the total product goes on increasing at a decreasing rate. So the difference was 16 here, now the difference has come down to 10. And here the difference has come down to 6. So from that year 24, 40, there was 16. But when we move to the fourth unit of factor, the marginal utility is reduced from 16 to 10. Again from 10 to 6. Then 1. So what we see in marginal product increases in the beginning, and then after a point it starts falling. Please. It increases from 10 to 14, 14 to 16, but it falls. And it again declines, and it becomes 0. And even it becomes negative productivity. Here, minus 2. The TP curve, it slopes positively, and as it indicates that it increases at an increasing rate. After a point, it increases at a decreasing rate, and it reaches a maximum point where MP becomes 0. And TP starts falling when MP becomes negative. So we find 3 stages in this law of variable proportions. Marginal product increases in the beginning, and then it diminishes, and then it becomes negative. So 3 stages. Number 1, say increasing returns. Number 2, diminishing. Number 3, negative. 3 stages are there. As a factor is increased, the employment of factor is increased, what we will see? We will see 3 stages of changes. In the beginning, marginal product increases, then it starts diminishing. And the third stage, the marginal product becomes negative. And this is the law of variable proportion was earlier we used to call the law of diminishing marginal returns. When we were studying PUC in the year 1972, our economics lecturers used to highlight this as the law of diminishing marginal returns, not the law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility. And there the teachers used to say the law of diminishing marginal returns applies on land. That's why we fail to produce as much as food products as we like, because there applies the law of diminishing marginal returns. Why it happens, you see, when you increase the variable factor on land, the land gets crowded and automatically the proportion of production declines. And here what we see here, see, the marginal product increases till third factor of labor, and then it starts falling up to this. This is another second stage, and this is the first stage, and this is the third stage, where it becomes negative. Did you understand? So that does mean as you increase the employment of one factor, keeping the other factors constant, there will be 3 types of productions. One, the production increases in the beginning, and then in the second stage it diminishes, it starts falling, and in the third stage it becomes negative. You just see, this is the OX, this is OY, and this is the TP curve. TP curve, it increases, it slopes positively, then it becomes maximum at 7th, and then so this is AP, this is MP, this is MP. So MP increases more than AP. When MP was 40, AP was 12. Average product was 12. When MP was 16, it was 13.33. And when the MP at up to this point, then it starts falling. MP starts falling. It cuts AP curve from above. It cuts AP curve. This is the AP curve. MP curve cuts AP curve from below. In the beginning, MP will be higher than AP, whereas after a point, after this third unit of factor, MP starts falling. It will become lesser and lesser than AP. And AP will never become negative. And this MP becomes 0. MP touches OX axis, and even it cuts the OX axis. It becomes negative. So these are the 3 curves drawn here, which indicate the total product curve. The total product curve slopes positively, then it reaches a maximum point. Then when MP becomes, say, when MP, this is MP, say, it cuts y-axis, and when it becomes 0, it reaches the maximum point. Then when it becomes negative, total product curve starts falling. This is in similarity with the diminishing marginal utility, law of diminishing marginal utility. And you should change some words, like there we use commodity, here we use factor, that is input, right? Okay, so these are the things. And this table is very, very important. This may be asked for another calculation. Say, for example, they they may put question mark here. Here. So a question will be asked for 4 marks. Find out the missing products. Find out the missing product. That will be dealt later in the next video. So this table is very, very important. And you know, the proportion, the law of variable proportion. The law of variable proportion is concerned with the short-run period, and it is a short-run production analysis wherein some factors are kept fixed and one factor is variable. As the input is changed, there will be changes in output, and there are 3 stages. One is it increases in the beginning and then it diminishes, second stage. The third one, it becomes negative. These are the 3 stages. But in the law of returns to scale, we will have 3 stages, but they are not like this: increasing returns, constant returns, and diminishing returns. That we will be dealing with that later, right? Okay, thank you, and please subscribe and view it first. If it is good, subscribe it and share among your friends, and just pass on your comments. Thank you. Thank you.